Welcome back to Focus on Southeast. I'm Dan Woods, General Manager of KRCU Public Radio. We're talking today with Southeast President Carlos Vargas. Believe it or not, 2017 marks the 10th anniversary of the River Campus.
Yes.
So what kind of celebrations are planned for that event?
Well, we have a really great series of events that are going to be taking place, and we're excited about that. We're going to be recognizing a number of individuals. And actually, what we're going to be doing is having a special orchestra presentation on March the 7th, for example, to pay tribute to the 10th anniversary of the campus. And we're going to have also a world premiere of a work by former Cape Girardeau resident Dr. Gordon Goodwin. He is going to be presenting, well, we're going to be presenting something that describes the history of the River Campus, which was originally a home for the St. Vincent's Seminary.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a number of events, and we're excited about that. I mean, 10 years, it's hard to believe that we're already there. Many people say, oh, I thought we just inaugurated that. But and of course, the facilities are so wonderful. The number of people that are aware of it has only been increasing. And increasingly, we have individuals who have season tickets for all our performances, and the students have the senior recitals, and I mean, there's so many activities there. It's wonderful.
Very exciting times.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of River Campus, let's stay down there for a moment and talk about the Golden Eagles Marching Band. They're having a practice field built joining the River Campus. What prompted that move to move them from main campus down to River Campus?
It was actually the limitations in space, and perhaps you could argue a little bit the noise. I mean, actually, they practice very close to where we live, and actually, I enjoy it when they start practicing, and maybe it's Friday evenings or so. Pam and I really get excited about it, and we walk over and say hi to them.
Yeah.
But the reality is that the place where they actually practice is not very convenient. It's not conducive to them doing that. And also, they, of course, have a difficulty marching up and down, doing the formation that they're going to do during the actual event. So we're now in the process of well, we leased a building that is near the River Campus, and they're going to be able to use that for storing instruments and uniforms. And now we are essentially building an area there with grass that is going to allow them to actually perform their formations and move back and forth. So it's going to be more real where they're going to be. And I think it's also going to be nice that it's going to bring one more type of event to that River Campus area. Hopefully we'll have actually some people will go by and watch them practice when they do that. So we're excited about that. It's going to give them a better place to practice, and I think that's very good.
When is the completion, the target date on that?
I think it's at the end of the year, at the end of the fall semester, when they're the exact date is not really. It's going to depend a little bit on the weather. But it's going to be by the end of the year.
Okay, let's talk about a trip you took over the summer to Costa Rica and Panama. I believe that was an alumni-focused trip, but tell us about that and what you learned on that trip.
Sure. Yes, it turns out that we have had a significant number of alumni coming from that came originally from Panama, and that group continues to exist. They're thriving there. They're very excited to communicate and be in touch with us. And when I came here, it's about a year ago now, we talked about the idea that we should make a trip down there to talk to them and see what kinds of ideas they have, and to really get closer to them. And so it took a little bit of time, but finally we did it. And when we were going down there, I thought it would be useful to have the chair of the Department of Nursing to come along with us, because I thought there was an opportunity to do that. As it turns out, we also were hoping to have the Dean of Education down there, but for reasons out of our control, she was not able to be there in time for that trip. So I will share with you in a second what we actually ended up doing. But the meeting there was very exciting. We found out that they really wanted us to be more visible in Panama. And in some ways, the fact that we haven't been as visible has limited the number of students from Panama that actually come to the university, you know, among the group of international students.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to this new approach that we have to connect with them and have them help us do some recruitment down there. But also because of as a result of the visit, we actually have the Dean of Education and one of the faculty members going down there in the very near future to consolidate some of the conversations. It turns out that they were very interested in an initiative that we have been spearheading here at Southeast that has to do with incorporating and infusing technology into our education programs. The program is called Edvolution. It's been in place for some time, and we have become real leaders in the state and other states in that area. And so they are very excited about having somebody go down there and talk to them about it. So we're actually looking at communicating what we do, but also exploring the way to send students who are doing student teaching down there, because there are schools actually where they teach in English, but they live in Panama. So it's really, really exciting. I went after that trip. Before coming back to the U.S., I actually went to Costa Rica. And Costa Rica, I had been in touch with them because I had visited the place before, and we wanted to establish a relationship with a university that focuses on health sciences. And so we really connected with them. We visited their facilities. And as a matter of fact, today, as we are speaking, there's a director of international programs for this university is driving from St. Louis down to Cape, because she's going to spend tomorrow here meeting with Department of Nursing, with Department of Education, with our Director of International Programs. And so, you know, this trip really has been very helpful to help us connect with these two countries actually in a meaningful way that benefit the students. We're looking at reciprocal visits or students study abroad, which is something that we want to strengthen at the university, and also some faculty exchanges. So I'm very excited about what happened.
We need to take a break in just a few moments, but before we do, I need to ask you about the speaker series, and and our upcoming speaker, which is in October, Mandalik Del Barco. That's a tie-in with Hispanic Heritage Month, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
What can we expect from that event?
Well, we're excited about that. Mandalik Del Barco is a correspondent for NPR West, and she's been, if you listen to NPR, you will certainly have heard about her. And so we're excited that she's going to come here to help us celebrate this period of time, which is, I believe, from September 15 to around middle of October. So I think it's an exciting opportunity to highlight the Hispanic Heritage Month here at the university, and we're looking to energize the campus and make sure that we continue to essentially internationalize it, because that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we have quite a number of international students, and having her come here, I think, will make the Hispanic community and others more aware of the kinds of things that are going on with Hispanics in general.
Okay, well, let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll ask Dr. Vargas some questions submitted by faculty, staff, and students focused primarily on the arts. That's next on Focus on Southeast. Stay tuned.